What is going on, YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we have some absolutely massive news to talk about today. So far throughout this entire offseason, there's been a couple of big stories, pretty much everything to do with G2, Reckless potentially being on the move, potentially going to TSM, all these crazy moves. What's Cloud9 going to do with Blabber? All these different guys are maybe going to get green cards, maybe going to go for big imports, maybe all these big plays, but none bigger than Bjergsen, reportedly returning to professional play, reportedly testing free agency, and everyone just trying to figure out and decide where he's going to end up, where he's going. A lot of people are saying, oh, he's just testing free agency to get a massive deal from TSM, and there's no way he's going to leave. Some people are saying, yeah, he's going to for sure come back. Some people are saying, oh, he's for sure going to leave. He needs to go, further his career and his legacy and all this stuff. But today, we got a massive update surrounding the Bjergsen situation. Some people, had been reaching out to me, letting me know, like, hey, we have a big story coming soon. Hey, be ready. Hey, be looking out for this big story. And it finally dropped. That's what we're going to be talking about in this video today. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. It helps out my channel and the videos immensely. Also consider subscribing to stay up to date on all my latest content. We're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And consider checking out my Patreon, patreon.com/IamGerm. Also, there is a rumor going around right now that Twitch Primes, not Prime, but something along the lines of Twitch Prime, like where you can get a free YouTube subscription, like you can give streamers a free $5. That is rumored to maybe be coming to YouTube soon. And if that does happen, I will definitely be streaming on YouTube a lot more often. So be looking out for those as well. It's just another way to help support the channel and my content. Really hoping that happens because streaming's fun and I like streaming on YouTube, but there has to be a way for me to make some money off it too. And if you guys could do it for free, that'd be great. But with that being said, let's get right into this one. The big news today, the tweet coming out is from Alejandro Gomes, Anony Modem. I don't know how to pronounce it, but sources, Bjergsen will make a return to competitive next season. And I heard they were going to drop this big tweet, and I was like, oh, I hope that's not it. I hope they're not just saying he's going to make a return to competitive. The big second part here, he is rumored to be the next mid laner for TSM in 2022. Now, obviously, that's such a weird sentence to hear, Bjergsen's going to be the next mid laner for TSM. Because that's his spot. He is the mid laner for TSM. He's really the LCS mid laner. He's one of the big mid laners in the West. Obviously, he's right up there with Caps and Perks and all these big legacy historical names. And now to see him returning and reportedly for it to be at TSM is absolutely insane. Now, if you don't know this guy, he is a source, a reporter, whatever you want to call it, journalist with Esports Maniacos, who people consider a pretty damn credible source. People don't necessarily consider them that like S+ tier, but they're right up there. They've been breaking a ton of stories. Their track record is really good. I definitely respect them. I think they do a good job. And when I see stuff from Esports Maniacos, to me, that's a level up from just like random rumor accounts and stuff. These guys have names, they have faces, they have a track record that you can check, and they're usually pretty damn good. And this guy went so far as to reach out to me, Alejandro, and he was actually saying he has heard from multiple different sources, like a lot of different sources. Like this is just what a lot of people are saying behind the scenes, that there is a verbal agreement in place, he believes, between TSM and Bjergsen about this deal. They're still working out the specifics in terms of the exact dollar amount and maybe the exact years and everything like that, maybe the exact perks and all the extra stuff being thrown in. But he told me 99% chance that Bjergsen will be on TSM in 2022. He does absolutely believe that if Bjergsen comes back and plays, which he's going to, that's what this is all under the assumption of, that it will be for TSM. He does not see him leaving. He does not think he's leaving from everything he's hearing. A lot of the stories, people will like DM me stuff, or people will be talking about stuff and they won't want to put a name to it. There's, oh, it's a rumor, we can't talk about it yet. But he specifically told me, hey, you can put my name out there. You can say that I told you this, because that's how damn sure I am about it. So, if TSM fans or LCS fans or anyone is worried about Bjergsen leaving TSM or potentially going somewhere else, again, this is not official. It's not till November. There's no, ink to paper. It's not locked in, anything like that. Stuff could still change. Stuff, whatever crazy stuff could happen. Who knows how Worlds is going to throw a wrench in this whole thing. But as of today, it does seem like Bjergsen will be returning to TSM, which is such a good sign for so many reasons. One, I don't really think there was another great option out there for him. Yes, he could have gone to Europe, but there's not like a clear team that's, a Bjergsen away from being like a world championship contender, I don't think. Some of the names that he was talking about, like Vitality, weird stuff like that, BDS, I don't think it was going to happen. I think Fnatic would have been maybe interesting. G2 obviously couldn't happen because they already have Caps. I think Team Liquid could have been an interesting option, but would he have gone to another team in the LCS? I don't know. Obviously, there was a lot of reason for him not to leave. TSM can potentially be a good team in 2022. Now, they still need to round out the rest of the roster. Obviously, they have a big hole at AD carry at this point. They need to find a new AD carry that is not only going to be good, but is also going to fit well with Sword Art and the rest of the team. I think Hooney also needs to step up going into next season. But man, seeing a Bjergsen paired up alongside MVP, the MVP version and form of Spica, this isn't the rookie Spica coming up that Bjergsen was playing with before. This is a guy who learned this year how to play by himself and learned how to carry a team by himself, and pairing that up with Bjergsen, who we know can play that supportive, facilitative style with the best of them in the whole world, or get aggressive if he needs to. But if he wants to just support Spica, there's no other mid laner in the world, really, I mean, in the West, in my opinion, that's going to be better than that than Bjergsen at this point, especially in the LCS. So this is really, really crazy. TSM actually has a chance to be good next year. They were good this year. They were the best team in the regular season. Yes, they fell a little bit short in the playoffs. We're also going to get to see Bjergsen versus Perks matchups, which is going to be so hyped. That is going to be so exciting. And obviously Bjergsen, he has the shares of TSM. He has the ownership of TSM. Living in Los Angeles as opposed to, going to Berlin or Germany or whatever. There's just so many reasons for him to stay with TSM. And now also TSM has more leverage power with other free agents because people worldwide, all over, from all countries, all regions, everywhere, respect Bjergsen as a man and as a player and want to play with him. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of people talking about TSM Reckless and if that's going to happen, but I really think this helps with all free agents, Reckless and, anyone else as well. So it will be interesting to see how that goes down. Another big question from this whole thing is now what happens to Power of Evil, because Power of Evil still is expected to get his green card this offseason. So if he does that, he's actually going to have a decent amount of value. As a resident mid laner, he will, be one of the better, if not the best resident mid laner available, and he'll be able to get a nice chunk of change if TSM does decide to sell him off, if Bjergsen actually does come back to them. I think Evil Geniuses would be kind of interesting. Obviously opening up import slot for them. I think that Dignitas could potentially be interesting, if they're not interested in playing Soligo. I don't think Yasui worked out very well last year, so I think, maybe Power of Evil slides in there. People are saying maybe he returns to FlyQuest. I think that could be as well. We'll see how that goes. I definitely think there's a spot somewhere in the LCS for Power of Evil. He's been good, and he was good this past season, even great at times, but overall, I don't think he had a great season. It just wasn't good enough. It was decent, and it would be good enough for a lot of teams in the LCS, but if you're a TSM, you're trying to consistently go to Worlds, consistently win titles. I think Power of Evil is just like a little bit below that point, especially at this point in his career. And with how the meta's been recently, if it's super control mage heavy, maybe Power of Evil is S+ tier, but right now there's just so many other champions, and he has proved time and time again that he's not flexible enough. He doesn't have a big enough champion pool. He's not good enough, throughout the entire season from patch to patch. So it will be interesting to see where he, kind of shakes out as well. But this is obviously the biggest news. This is what everyone is talking about. The fact that Bjergsen is not only returning, but it also appears returning to TSM in 2022. It looks like he will stay with the organization. It'll be interesting to see what the money is, the length of the deal, all that stuff. But I'm so happy he's back. And I'm also, if he's back with anybody, I'm so happy that he's back with TSM. And now I hope TSM actually makes something out of his return, because Bjergsen deserves the absolute best. He deserves championships. He deserves going to international events, and he deserves international results. I hope he comes back hungry, focused. I hope he comes back looking as good as he has ever in his career. Obviously, people have some questions about his time off, but I'm not really worried about it. I think he's going to be great. I'm just so excited. This is going to help viewership. This is going to help fans. This is going to help gameplay. It's going to help everything. This guy is just a win-win-win for TSM, the LCS fans, everybody involved. And I can't wait. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate it so much. Leave a comment down below. What do you think TSM is going to do with the rest of their roster? Do you think this means TSM Reckless? Do you think this means another 80 carry? I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace!